and I've said this before, so I'm sorry if I sound redundant, but it is challenging for women to advocate themselves in different situations and jobs, because if you cannot quantify what your how your what you do contributes to the income of that company, it's harder to fight for yourself and say, I deserve this. So I advocate for women always fighting for themselves, because most likely they are getting undervalued compared to what they're offering men. We know that also statistically, and women of color and Hispanic women and Asian women, all women should always push the envelope. All anyone can say is no.
Such a good fucking point about I remember the first contract essentially I was in. I was so green. I was so new. I didn't know anything about bonus structure and download structure and all of that. And it was used against me. I was being lied to about what I should be getting to for a bonus. And so it was this like push and pull of begging for numbers. And I remember when I got into my next contract, that was something I had personally made sure my lawyers put in the contract, that every single data point that impacts this show and how much money it's making, I get to see. Because now I agree with you. It's like anyone out there can be out there saying we don't deserve it or whatever. I'm looking at the numbers. These people aren't just fucking giving out fresh cash and free cash for jack shit. It's like no one is giving out money these days easily. So it's like, you're right. I think especially if women, even if it's you're advocating for yourself to get the like bi-quarterly check-ins and getting more like tangible information is power. And when people are trying to block you out of getting information, there is a reason for that. And the more that you can push to whatever field you're in, you got to try to go for it, because that's how you're going to have leverage. So, and you talking about the male-female thing, which is obvious. Obviously, you and your co-star Patrick Dempsey, I know you talked about in the past of just like, they kind of would use it as leverage in your negotiations. Like, what message did that send you of someone you're on camera with and you can't get the same?
Well, listen, to be completely fair, the television game was so different then. And he had done like 13 pilots before me, right? That was my first pilot I had ever done. And back in those days, I don't know if they still do this or not. They had you had a quote. And with every TV pilot you did, you got your quote, which was whatever it was.